First of all, from 6 p.m. tonight, I am declaring a state of disaster. You will no longer be able to leave home or go any further away from your home than a 5-kilometre radius. In terms of exercise, recreational activity is now no longer allowed. It's no longer 3 sets of tennis or a game of golf or any of that. It is staying close to home.
Welcome to a FishingMad special about life in lockdown around Melbourne during stage 4 COVID restrictions. A deep dive into the landscape of fishing throughout the coronavirus. Now, key guests will join us and openly share with you their own stories and unique experiences during these restrictions. We're going to discuss some fun topics, and we're also going to cover some pretty challenging topics as well. And I think most of you watching at home will find this content really relatable. So sit back and enjoy a different perspective on life in lockdown as a local angler.
Well, mainly kayak accessories. Got a few more kayak accessories, got some GoPro accessories, got the new GoPro itself. I'll be using that hopefully in the next up and coming videos once we get out of lockdown. Lures, of course, every fisherman buys too many lures, as you would know. Soft plastics, Savage Gear and Z-Man plastics. Pretty much the only thing I've been buying.
Well, I've jumped on Wish app, so I got myself a fish reel winder. So I'm sick of getting the burnt little fingers trying to wind it on. And when summer comes along, I'm looking at getting myself a Hobie kayak, PA14, because my size, say height, is suits me best.
Online shopping, yeah, I've been buying a lot of freshwater stuff, more like your lures, your Tassie Devils, your spinners. In the summer and that, in the spring, once we can get out of lockdown and that, I sort of want to do a little bit more freshwater fishing for trout and redfin. And also been looking for boats. I'm upgrading my boat at the moment, and I'm looking for something a little bit bigger.
Look, there's not been any looking, it's just been buying. I've been buying lures. I've been stocking up on squid jigs a fair bit. I've been splashing out on some Haramitsus. I've been trying to ironically minimise my kit by buying more stuff. So I bought a couple of reels. I've bought a couple of Penn spin fisher reels that I've bought because I think they're going to be really durable and I can get away with having 2 of them on the kayak for everything. I've bought a couple of custom rods from JD Custom that I think will cover me off for everything. So I'm about to put in another big order for some Munros. I think I'm just going to buy one of everything they've got. And a few hard bodies. Yeah, that's about it.
Look, there's so much uncertainty around job security and finances that I've been really cautious about spending during this time. I've probably spent a lot more time researching products and actually buying. I've bought the odd squid jigs and lures here and there, but nothing really substantial. I've always really wanted to buy a really high-end ultralight spin outfit, and you realise that when you're stuck at home looking online that you're really spoilt for choice as a consumer because the amount of fantastic options is pretty much endless. And because of that, I just haven't been able to make up my mind on exactly what I want. And that process can be a little bit harder online. When you go into a shop, you can hold something and you can feel its build quality. You can feel the weight. You can pair it with different reels to feel, whether it feels balanced and, whether it just feels suitable for what you want to do. And obviously you can't do those things when you're shopping online. So because of, financial instability and, just challenging to justify an investment of a high-end rod, I've probably been stuck in research mode rather than buying mode.
Look, I haven't been buying stuff online, but I've been servicing a bit of my gear and working on a bit. Like, one thing that I do get around with, which is my pride and joy, is I've got an extendable sealing roller to put the paint roller on, but I've screwed on a net head to it. So I've got like this big extendable net that like I can use on jetties and stuff like that. It allows me to, like, high banks and stuff, I can net pretty much whatever I want because it extends out to about 3 or 4 meters. But I actually, like, a couple of days before stage 4 kicked in, I was packing out of a spot into my car, and I'd sat it down next to my car in a car park. The car next to me backed out and crushed it. So I actually went, and it takes a bit of work to set that up. You've got to go buy the paint roller. You've got to screw the hole in the top, buy like a wing nut and a bolt, and then find the right net to like fit on the end of it. So I made another one of them since I've been kicking around, but I haven't actually bought any gear online.
Me personally, I'm always buying bits and pieces, man, regardless. The customers I've seen more is just to get like boat accessories, getting their, because with the lockdown, they got a lot more time on their hands, so they're buying a lot more products, fixing up their boats, braid and spooling reels, kitting up their tackle bags a bit more. So when they do close the lockdown, they can just bang straight out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad. Like every day you see another shop post up on Facebook that they've had to close their doors, whether it's temporary or not. But it's sad because, like, one of the best parts of the hobby is going into a store and seeing everything on the shelf, talking to the guys at the shop, and the idea of that not being there, potentially when this is all over, is really sad. So, I guess as soon as this is all over and as soon as those shops do reopen, it's about going in there and supporting them. I think there's no reason to not buy locally. It's an integral part of the hobby, the shopping part of it. We spend loads of money on stuff. So we need those shops there.
99% of our customers were coming from us. Going through that first stage, like, everybody was buying, like I was saying, the accessories for the boats, making sure they got like salt away, they're cleaning their boats, like a lot of maintenance. Would be excited just to have one bloke to walk in and just up for a bit of a chat, just to try to see what he's up to, and all he wants is a bloody neck scarf. I'm currently not working over the 6 weeks with my store. I think it's all about numbers these days and making sure they're not spending too much and trying to keep their budget down. So definitely I've been hit hard with it, trying to look for work, trying to get some work, just can't get any answers, can't do nothing, man. So what do?
My heart goes out to the blokes that have been put out of work. I just hope that job keeper payment's keeping the money up to them. And I know a lot of blokes in fishing shops are always struggling, with the fact that they don't get to do enough fishing themselves, because there's people constantly coming in with reports and stories and photos, and they must suffer from severe cases of FOMO. So to finally get a bit of time out of the shop and not be able to go fishing, that's a fate worse than death, I reckon, for some of the blokes that I know. I would hate to see a fishing shop go down and not reopen because they couldn't survive, closing their doors for this period of time. Like, that would be sad,
It's actually really sad. When I think of my immediate area, I'm literally a stone throw away from hooked on bait on tackle, BCF, anaconda, V-tackle, trellies. And I actually know a lot of those business owners and a lot of those employees. So it's really sad to see those stores temporarily closed. And it's a real harsh reality check of where we are right now. Now, I know there are financial stimulus packages for business owners and JobKeeper for employees, but I really hope that things go back to normal soon.
Well, you've got to feel for all the small businesses that are probably just opened up. So you just got to hope that they can, get through it all. And once they do, we'll be definitely supporting all the local ones around here best we can. And look, I think things will get back to normal, but to be honest, I don't think it'll be this year. I'm thinking probably more next year.
I reckon this will probably be the normal for the next however many months. masks are probably going to be around for a while. I am one of the lucky ones, and I still have work. It is reduced capacity at the moment, but we're still working, so.
Look, mental health is a huge issue, and it's something that doesn't get a lot of airplay on mainstream media. Maybe it's not interesting enough, maybe it doesn't sell enough news headlines, and it's heightened during an isolation because obviously you're at home and you're stuck and there's not a lot of great things to do. So I've touched on it a little bit on the FishingMad YouTube channel over the last couple of years, how fishing has become a really key strategy in my mental health, and really using a hobby as fishing as a way of dealing with day-to-day stresses and really connecting with other people out there. So having that taken away temporarily is actually really challenging.
It's been really tough, and fishing has really been an outlet for me to de-stress over that time. And I've been struggling a lot lately. It's been difficult. I've gone through some dark times in during the lockdowns and in that 1 year time. But I have learnt that there's actually people out there that will listen to you. So you don't really, if anyone's going through it, please talk to somebody, because it's not a place you want to go.
Particularly during the first lockdown, it was a real struggle. I think adjusting to being at home every day. So I don't have, I don't have a separate office or anything. I work out of a desk in my bedroom, and it wasn't fair on my family. I think the way I handled it, I was pretty cranky for a lot of that time. This lockdown, I'm managing it a lot better. I'm really trying to focus on, when I'm not working, trying to be as present as possible with family. And I find that really helps drag me out of this drudge of day in, day out, being confined in this space. So a lot of people probably opened up about it when they previously didn't. Like I found, group chats and things like that really helpful, because every once in a while someone will just, whether they say it explicitly or whether you can sense it, people speak out about not coping as well when previously they may not have. So I think that's one positive, is that the awareness around it and people's willingness to speak openly about it.
100%, man. Like, you're restricted. I feel like it's a prison. You don't have the freedom to do the things that you normally would do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm lucky I've got my wife and my kids and stuff like that, and that sort of helps me push along. You know what I mean? But some people that don't have that will be struggling really badly. If you're just sitting at home watching TV daily, if you haven't got a job, you can't go out and, like, some people use fishing just to get away from things. I know I do. But I use fishing just to, like, if I'm upset or I'm, like, worried about something, I'll just go for a fish, man. I'll go for a flick. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just me in the water. You know what I mean? And mental health is, like, it definitely helps you mentally.
I've got a friend that has lost her job. She suffers from depression already, and now she can't go anywhere. And it's driving her absolutely insane.
Look, it hasn't been much of an issue for me, only because I've been lucky and been able to work through most of this lockdown. So it does give me the chance to get out of the house. We have two kids that are in high school doing year 12 and 9. Look, they find it a bit hard, but, we're trying to do things together.
I don't enjoy not fishing, but I can't go and say that it's caused me, mental distress, because fishing for me is just recreational. It's not a matter of putting, food on my family's plate, you know what I mean? I can understand, if someone's a commercial fisherman or if someone's running a charter builder and they can't go to work, they can't take clients out, they can't fish, they can't bring money home to their family. I can understand them tearing up about not being able to go fishing and the whole kind of industry being closed down, because that has, a really detrimental affected the things that are important to them, to financially, their family, they're kind of like their livelihood. So I can understand it affecting people in a great way. But me personally, I don't really have the right to complain, man, because like for me, it's just about my own little obsessions in trying to get a metre long mulloway, trying to get a metre long Murray cod. Whether I do or not, it's not really consequential to anything too important.
Fishing with my friends, basically. Fishing in general, it is a big part of my life. It's not a hobby to me. To me, it's a lifestyle. It's something I live for. I sort of get up in the morning and I love to go fishing. And just being out with your mates on the boat or on a kayak or, just joking around with them and just stuff like that, basically. Just interaction, basically, human interaction. That's been the most hardest thing.
I've really, really, really missed fishing. But what I think I've missed more is that social side of fishing. I have a lot of friends that I've established over the last couple of years that I catch up with regularly, and we go kayaking or we go boating, go land-based fishing, and not being able to connect with those guys, I've probably found the most challenging.
I don't like to stay inside much. I'm a very outdoorsy person. Like, I don't really get into the shows and the TV on Netflix. I like to get out in the world, explore, go fishing. So to be inside constantly, that has been doing my head in. I kind of felt like I get FOMO if I'm not fishing and I know that there's fish being caught, or I know that conditions are good and I'm at home. I can't get the fish out of my head. You know what I mean? So to have that first lockdown come in, I was so anxious to get fishing at the end of that I made this big comprehensive list of all the species that I wanted to go and get, and how I'm going to make up for that time. And I just started to get the ball rolling, and I was really making a dent in that list. And then this second stage 4 kicked, and it's put me out of action for another 6 weeks.
Probably not being able to just get out is the biggest thing. Like, can't go anywhere, so we can't do anything. So stuck at home. But yeah, like, it's just being able to get out and relax is the biggest thing.
The biggest adjustments, I think, is obviously fishing with your mates, because it is your sort of escape from everything. I think family is a big thing as well. We've got a big family, so they're probably the two most things that I've missed the most.
Definitely talking fishing about like local anglers, man. I love to have a chat like with everybody, like what they're catching them on. Like, that's probably the one thing I miss about like working in a store, and I don't hang around a lot of people that do fish. So when people come into the store and they are, you want to know what's going on, like
fishing, because it's the main thing I do outside of work. But being able to go places with the kids, being able to go to the beach for a day, or go to the gardens for a day, something like that. It's tough because you're restricted to your driveway. You can get out for an hour, but it's not the family day anymore that it used to be. So I think that's probably the main thing.
I'm currently at the moment out the backyard. We're doing a fire pit and making an area for it, because we just think that it's a good family thing for everyone to get together out the backyard. Probably we've got 2 boys in this house that have got PlayStation 4 and Call of Duty, so I've been jumping on that lately. So
I built a compost out the back of the house, like a little brick retaining wall, and like that's one thing I've been meaning to do for ages. And I've been putting all my like vegetable scraps and stuff like that in it, and I'm trying to build like a bit of a worm farm to like help me with my freshwater fishing. So that's something that's been providing me with a little bit of fun, man. But it's a very bad time to not be fishing, like winter. There's a lot of species around, like the garfish, the mulloway, big, fat, swollen redfin and brown trout and stuff, and it stings to be missing out on those species.
Just modifying the kayak. I've been building like a cover to go over the back part of the kayak. I can't give away too much on what that cover is for, as you know, but there is going to be video coming once we can get out and about, and it's going to utilize that cover, and hopefully it'll be a once in a lifetime video because no one else has done it that I can see so far. Retying leaders on rods, getting all the fishing gear ready to go so that when we do get out of lockdown, we can head back out. And also built the new filleting table and outdoor kitchen. So I've now got room outside, somewhere outside, that once I catch a fish, I can come home instead of dragging it all inside and making the house stink. I can do it all outside. And
Pokemon Go. Also, I've been playing a lot of PlayStation. A lot of Far Cry lately. I've been playing a lot of Far Cry. I've been getting back into that. There's a few of them that I haven't finished, so I've just been doing a lot of that lately.
Yeah, I'm doing a bit of a renovation for my sister as well. Yeah, she needs a bit of help, like putting a bathroom in for my mum and dad. Everybody just needs to get out and do something. If you're bloody stuck at home like 24 hours a bloody day, you go crazy, man.
I'm still working full-time at the moment, doing all that remotely, but a lot of that is expected to really come to a complete stop in the next week or two. So what I have been doing in between is writing a lot of content for the FishingMad website and preparing a lot of content for the FishingMad YouTube channel. Stuff that you can really do a nut out without needing to go outside. Look, other than that, I've really tried to spin a negative into a positive and really using this time just to spend a lot more time with my family and my kids and just really connecting with them as much as possible during the lockdown.
Yeah, I mean, I've been organising and reorganising my kit. I've probably done it about 5 times this lockdown, just to try and streamline as being as efficient as possible. I think I've got my kayak itself set up in a way that I like it. So I don't have any big projects going there. We've got some renos at home, which I've been in the middle of for about the last 5 years. So the wife's been on the back about that. Yeah, I think it's been one thing I haven't handled well is I've ended up just working more now that I'm working from home. So I think the time I would normally spend fishing, I've probably filled it up with work, which isn't ideal. But
well, the garfish will be gone, I reckon. They'll probably be hard to find by then. The mulloway will be probably very hard to find by then. I think I might try and go and pull a Murray cod out of the Yarra before, because there's a little window there between when we're allowed to fish again in closed season, and that's something I want to do this year. I might try and pull a Murray cod out of the Yarra, a Macquarie perch out of the Yarra, and then one thing that I love to do, it might sound very kind of niche and, a bit odd, but I actually have a little infection with trying to find goldfish at the moment, like wild ones in little suburban ponds and that. I caught one the start of the year and I had to sift through a lot of common carp and mirror carp to finally catch it. I had to use tiny hooks and little bits of dough, but I found it and I was elated. It was a big, plump, wild goldfish. And I'm pretty keen to find another one. Like this one was like bronzy, gold, kind of dark colour. But I want one of those bright orange ones or one of those dark black guppy kind of ones, you know what I mean? And they're out there and, mate, that tickles my fancy, It's weird, man. I just love fishing.
Fishing, obviously, getting out in the kayak, getting out, getting the rods wet, seeing mates, fishing with mates, getting out with the family, obviously. There's some time due there. But I think just getting out and enjoying the outdoors again is probably the main thing. Not that you can't enjoy it now, but it's so constrained right now. There's nothing like getting out there, before the sun's up, watching the sun come up, spending the day out, coming back in the afternoon or the night time. So I'm really looking forward to that.
The main thing is fishing, catching up with your mates and going over to fish. I think family is another big thing. We haven't seen each other for a long time, and got a niece who's just had a baby, and looking forward to going and seeing the little one. So so fishing and family is going to be the main.
There's heaps of stuff I want to do. I've got a couple of videos from my Facebook page. There's a few changes happening there, so I can't wait to get out and tell everyone what those changes are, basically, and pretty much just go fishing. Put the kayak on the back of the trailer, or just hook the boat up and just get out there and just go fishing.
I'm looking forward to exactly that, getting out and about, going camping every fortnight again, dragging the swag out and going roughing it out in the bush somewhere, taking the kayak, setting the swag up next to a river somewhere and just fishing for days on end. Video series on Corio Bay that I started at the start of the year. I want to be able to get down there and fish the bay that I grew up on and showcase what you can catch down there to everyone else.
It's definitely fishing. It's definitely fishing. Like, I literally can't wait to hit the water. I've been frothing just to get back out. Like, I don't know how many times I've dusted off me rods and reels, just giving a gentle stroke, just waiting to get out there. I definitely promised one of my mates that I set him up with a combo, and one very similar to mine. So I definitely said that we'll take him out for some squid down St. Leonard's. So definitely try to target a few squid, because that's something he's never caught. So we'll definitely try to get him a couple.
I've actually really missed just the simple things in life. Being able to take my kids on day outings or out to the park. So I guess the first thing I'm probably looking forward to doing is having a lot more outdoor time with those guys and being able to go out and explore the world and have some fun again. And obviously I've dearly missed fishing, so I am really, really looking forward to getting out there and fishing, whether it's on the kayak, on the boat, on the jet ski, by land, whatever means possible. My biggest passion has obviously been content creation. So going out and fishing, enjoying it, and then sharing those experiences with others. So that's what I love to do. I've missed it dearly, and I can't wait to get back out there and create more content to share with everyone.
I've got the smiles.
What's that?
I've got the smiles already. I'm going to get into game mode. Game mode. Whew. Hang on. Don't look at me. You should record some of these outtakes.
Yeah. Mate, you're wasting your talent in fraud stuff.
Whatever, mate.
Or what have you been buying?
Online shopping. Now, online shopping, I've been buying a lot of freshwater stuff because I've been wanting to do a lot of more. Bloody hell, dickhead.
I was thinking about this all day and I don't have an answer to it.
Say, local fishing retail manager or something.
I'm not a manager.
We'll pump you up, mate.
No, then they'll sack me for sure.
We won't do that.
Well, that's a wrap, everyone, and I hope that you've enjoyed a unique point of view from multiple people during a unique time in Melbourne where we're all stuck with these lockdown restrictions. And I really thank our guests that have joined us to come in and share their own experiences of what they're doing to cope and what they're looking forward to once we can get out and go back fishing again. Guys, as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and fingers crossed it won't be too long before we can get out there and create some new content for you. So stay tuned, everyone.